What if death wasn't the end? What if every time you died, the nightmare just started over? In a haunted valley, a group of friends find themselves trapped in a horrifying time loop, hunted by the ghosts of the past, and one by one, forced to face their darkest fears. The movie opens with a terrified girl named Mel running through the woods, trying to escape a masked figure with a weapon. She screams, begging not to die again, revealing that she's already been killed before. The masked killer suddenly appears in front of her and kills her. A year later, a group of friends arrive in the same town where Mel disappeared. The group includes Clover, Mel's sister, her ex-boyfriend Max, a girl named Nina and her boyfriend Abel, and their friend Megan. They stop at a small grocery store, playing a video of Mel's last known location, this very place. Inside the store, Clover asks the store owner Hill about her missing sister. Hill tells her about a place called Glory Valley, where people vanish mysteriously. He warns them not to go, but Clover insists. The group heads out toward the valley. On the way, they pass through a strange storm, but it disappears the moment they arrive. Confused and uneasy, they discover an old hotel and decide to explore it. The hotel is completely empty. Inside, Nina notices a weird hourglass and a guest book with names. She starts writing their names. Meanwhile, Abel finds a wall covered with photos of missing people, including Mel. In the guest book, Nina sees Mel's name written several times. Night falls. The hourglass flips on its own. No one touched it. Suddenly, they hear a noise outside. Their car has moved by itself. Scared, they rush back inside the hotel and look for a working phone. But it's dead too. Nina hears a noise and follows it to a room, where she sees the masked man killing Abel. Before she can run, he kills her too. Hearing her scream, Clover, Max, and Megan rush to find her dead. The masked killer attacks. They split up to hide. Megan hides in a closet, while Clover and Max hide behind the door. Max hits the killer with a chair, but it does nothing. The masked man kills Max, pulls Megan out of the closet, and smashes her head on the floor. Clover watches in horror. She grabs a knife and stabs the killer, but he doesn't react. She flees into the forest. Suddenly she sees Mel walking toward her. But before they can reunite, the killer arrives and kills Clover too. Moments later, the hourglass flips again, and suddenly the group wakes up, alive. They're all back at the beginning of the day. Confused and terrified, they realize they've died. As they process this, the hotel door opens and closes by itself. Megan feels a strange energy and starts screaming. The lights go out, and when they return, Megan is gone. They search for her and find her near the wall of missing people. She starts repeating the last words of those who vanished. She warns the group never to let anyone enter the hotel again. Suddenly she dies. They hear knocking. It's Mel's voice, crying and begging them to open the door. Clover opens it, but Mel disappears. Instead, a mysterious house appears that wasn't there before. A strange force pulls Clover toward the house, and her friends are dragged back into the hotel by invisible energy. Inside the house, Clover finds a terrifying old witch watching news reports about a mine explosion that killed thousands in the town. Clover tries to run, but the witch stops her and gives her a choice: face her fear or become part of the valley forever. Clover chooses wrong and dies. At the same time, Max wants to save Clover, but Abel stops him. Max shouts that Clover will never take him back and storms off. Outside, Max finds the witch's house and sees Clover wearing a mask. She's been possessed, and she kills Max. Meanwhile, Abel and Nina try to escape using Abel's car, but the masked killer appears again and kills them both. The hourglass flips once more. They all wake up, again. This time, they realize the town spirits are the people who died in the mine explosion 20 years ago. The group is trapped in a time loop where they're killed every night. They hide in the bathroom, deciding to stay there until sunrise. Clover remembers the witch told her, "You must survive the night or become one with it." Feeling thirsty, Abel drinks water from the sink and shares it with the others. But moments later, he starts coughing blood and explodes. Everyone panics. Nina explodes next. The rest run out of the bathroom. Megan feels her legs aching, then her legs explode. She screams for help, but no one knows what to do. Then her belly expands and bursts. Max explodes next. Clover is left alone. She lies on the floor, waiting for her end. Suddenly, Hill, the man from the grocery store, appears. He tells her they'll stay trapped in the loop forever unless they face their fears. Clover explodes. The hourglass flips again. They wake up once more. Clover tells them about Hill. She thinks he's behind it. Searching the hotel, they find his ID badge. He was a psychologist. They also find an old newspaper about the mine accident. The entire town collapsed underground, killing thousands. While exploring, Max finds a videotape showing Hill conducting experiments on a person trapped with a mysterious creature. The person slowly mutates into a monster. Hill says the experiment uses fear to turn people into beings called Wendigo. Suddenly, the radio turns on. It's Hill's voice. Clover talks to him, begging to escape. Hill says one must die. She refuses to sacrifice anyone. She wants to meet him face to face. He agrees, telling her to come through the forest. Clover runs off. Her friends try to stop her, but fail. They follow her and are attacked by a Wendigo. Megan falls into an underground pit and is dragged by a monster. Max finds Clover just in time. She tells him to kill her and restart the day. He does. The group wakes up again, but Megan is missing. They realize they've been trapped in the loop for 13 days. Anyone who stayed that long eventually became a Wendigo. Hope is fading. Abel checks his phone and finds a video from Megan. She's going after Hill. Clover refuses to give up. She tells the others that surrendering to fear will turn them into monsters. They must fight. They go through the mysterious tunnel and encounter Wendigo creatures. Everyone splits up. Clover finds herself alone in a dark place. Suddenly, her sister Mel appears, now a monster. Clover is forced to kill her. She continues and reaches Hill's lab, where she finds Megan locked in a room with a Wendigo. The door is locked. Clover searches for keys but finds none. Finally, she reaches Hill's office. Hill enters, holding a coffee mug. He tells Clover she's his most impressive patient. She hasn't surrendered to fear. He explains that the entire world they're in is a psychological simulation, powered by their emotions and trauma. Clover notices water dripping above him. She remembers the cursed water. Anyone who drinks it dies. Without him noticing, she places the cup under the drip. Hill drinks and explodes. Clover grabs his keys, rescues Megan, and reunites with her friends. They all manage to fight their fears and defeat the Wendigo. At last, the sun rises. The nightmare ends. They jump into the car and drive away from the cursed valley. End. Love movie stories that keep you on the edge? Hit that subscribe button and join us for a new adventure every single week.